It's on. Yeah, fantastic. So my name's Chris O'Dell, and I'm on the committee agenda for picking talks for NDC London. And while I was going through all of the selection, I realized that I could help people avoid some basic mistakes. So this is a quick talk about that. So I did NDC 2016. I also run a one-day conference called Pipeline, and I helped talk selection on ProgNet and Devs in the Ditch. So I've done a few of these. I see a lot of talk abstracts. So I've already told you why I'm doing it, because it's self-serving, and I want my conference, our conferences, to be amazing. And NDC submissions, we get so many that if I kind of want to make my job harder. I want it to be harder to pick the good talks. I want to make the challenges, like you guys stop making the mistakes. That's why I'm here. I want to make it better. So here's a bit about the panel. That's me, Eric, Niall, and Liam do the main tracks. Then we have Brian doing the functional track. And we also have the conference organizers, Jakob and Kirsty, who sit on both of these panels to provide more information about the conference as it stands from an organizing point of view. So we're kind of subject matter or location experts to help Kirsty and Jakob pick the right talks. Okay, so this is my excellent drawing of what is out there. This should look like what you're familiar with. And we have roughly 8 rooms. Roughly 8 rooms. And one of those rooms will be taken up for a functional track. And one of those rooms this year is also taken up with a C++ track. So we have 6 tracks left that myself, Eric, Niall, and Liam can pick talks for. So that's roughly about, what have I got here, 114 slots. Okay, and about a third of the talks are pre-booked. Now, we pre-book talks because there are a lot of speakers that you ask us to host. There are a lot of speakers that are big names, and they need a lot of planning in advance. So about a third, Jakob and Kirsty go along and pre-book those. So in total, we pick about 75 of the remaining talks. This year, we had over 700 submissions. About 10% is all we can come up with out of all of that. So we lock ourselves in a room for 2 days. This is this year's. And we go through every single one of those 700 submissions. We do it in a couple of passes, as you can imagine. We do a first pass, which is kind of to get rid of a queue. We try to go through and remove a few that are quite obvious, like they're full of spelling mistakes, or or the submission is really kind of short. It looks like no one's made any effort, kind of thing. And we just do that first pass, go through most of those, and that will take out maybe, I don't know, 100. And then we go through a little bit more. We go through them again on the second pass, and then we go again. We group them into themes. And as you can see here, we've got down to probably, what is that, like 300? I don't know. So we started grouping them into themes to enable us to go through those and try to ensure we're not covering a theme too many times, or we have all the themes that we want covered. So then we like whittling them down to try and, from that one too. Because you've got like stickies on there and lots of things to try and figure out what we have. And then we have to fit them into the actual schedule, the agenda. So then that's a second set of problems. So we've picked the ones that we'd like to have, or almost all the ones we'd like to have. And then we've got to we spend like a couple of hours just jumbling them up, you know. If we have John Skeet on at the same time as, Damien Fowler at the same time, you know, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? Can we put them both in room 1, run room 2? You can use a lot of time just moving everyone around, and we tried to be quite aware of the fact that some people need bigger rooms. Some people, we don't want to put women all against each other because we want to keep ensuring that we give them a fair chance at a good audience. And all this stuff we have to be aware of. And some people are not very good in the mornings, and we know that, like Seb, you know. He won't mind. So yeah, you can spend a good hour or 2 just reshuffling. So I hope that's some information about how long and how hard it actually is to do this for you guys. But I have some sample abstracts, okay? All right. So, have you ever wondered what your cat is trying to tell you? Are you curious why they show you their bellies only to slice your hand to shreds? Ever wanted to know why they run around your flat at 200 miles per hour at 3 in the morning? Come to my talk. Is this a good abstract? What's wrong with that? Any ideas? I'm using cats because then I'm not picking on one particular subject. I'm not picking on a particular theme. Everyone loves cats, right? Right? Get out if you don't. So that way I can remove that. It's cats. All these about cat talks, okay? We're running cat conf. So what else other than cats is potentially bad about this one? Okay. It's all full of rhetorical questions. My problem with abstracts like this is they don't tell you what is actually going to be given in the talk. There's no idea for myself as a selection committee, or as you as attendees, to know whether you really are going to answer your questions about cats. Like, what are they going to tell you? Behavioral tips to improve the cat's behavior? Problems with cats? History of their genealogy? You don't know. We don't know. So tell us what is going to be in your talk. Don't try and hide. I know where this comes from. This is people thinking, right, I've got a great thing to tell everyone. I'm going to excite them, and they're going to come on and know about my great big reveal. Don't worry about the great big reveal. Tell us. It's not. People come to the talk to see you talk, not for your secret answers. Maybe. Tell us up front. Okay. In this talk, we'll discuss the best methods for walking your cat. Though I've never owned cats as a professional dog walker, this guaranteed method works regardless of breed and chosen leash. Okay. This one is a controversial topic by someone who may not be an expert in that area. That happens a lot. This is usually the person who's a hobbyist in a particular area, but their experience or their professional experience is something else. And the problem is they've probably picked in the wrong talk at the wrong conference. Like, it's a risk, it's a gamble. Out of those 700 people that are there, would you pick the expert or would you pick someone who's not? So pick something you can prove to us you have expert knowledge in before, yeah. Sea is a more satisfying scratching material than cardboard. Is that good? No, there's no content. We get plenty of that. We get plenty where it looks like the person has just gone spat. Oh, well, what are they going to talk about? Can you extrapolate from that whether they're going to be a great speaker? Are they going to, I don't know, have great stuff to tell us? No. Put some effort in, put some time into it. We have a lot to choose from. So tell us why we'd pick yours. Okay. Oh. How I learned to stop worrying and love catnip. How I love to learn to stop worrying and love the domestic long hair. You get the point, right? I call this the shotgun submitter. They just fired this shotgun at you and poof, one of them's going to hit, right? We get a lot of this. We ask people if they can give us their 2 or 3, 1 or 2 best talks. When someone does this to us, we ask ourselves, what are they an expert in? What are they trying? What can they tell us about? It's so varied. It's like they've literally just, they're trying a numbers game on us. And that just makes us hate you. So, you know, pick for you. Don't make us pick your best talk out of that. If you are an expert in hairballs, send us your hairball talk, not all the others. Okay, that'll help us out there. Okay. In this talk, we'll discuss the process for introducing a new cat to a resident cat. I've been fostering cats for many years and have successfully introduced both stray and abandoned cats of all ages to my busy home of 5 cats with an 80% success rate. We'll cover steps of the first few days to successful integration, from creating a safe space to a scent and room swapping and more. With these techniques, you'll have a happy catty home. What do you think of this one, guys? Yeah, this is a great actual abstract submission. This is brilliant. This is fantastic. The comments on this one is this is where we would probably move on to the part about you as a person. We'd then probably go through your bio and find out if you are an experienced speaker. We prefer on a conference as big as this to have someone who's had some experience. If you are new at speaking, we suggest you try your meetup groups first, and then maybe do a lightning talk. So this one, we'd be looking for videos of your previous conferences. We'd be looking at some kind of, maybe your LinkedIn, to find out if you are an expert in a particular area. So to help yourself get this talk through, help us to help you get this talk through, please send us all more information about you and your experience so we can find it. Otherwise, we go searching for it. So this is a good one. So, to summarize, tell us what you think, or tell us what you'll talk about. Don't hint. don't hint. Tell us why your experience matters, why you, don't shotgun submit, why you should be talking about this. Provide a sufficiently detailed abstract. Send us your best targeted talks. Assume a knowledgeable audience. We get so many that want to do like the 101 to AWS. You guys are experts in pretty much everything. You've all tried the AWS 101. Assume a knowledgeable audience here. Help us to find your presentation experience. And then, I've gone ahead. So next year, when you're staring at that blinking carrot, hopefully this little bit of information will help. And that's it, really.